accelerator. The Large Hadron Collider will reopen today after 3 years of being shut down for improvements. Scientists around the globe are hoping that the upgraded machine, which is massive, will be able to detect new particles and start a physics revolution that could forever change our understanding of the whole universe.
Then the real work begins, and that includes the search for what lies beyond the visible universe.
An even more exciting thing is to see if we can find dark matter. Because this is this cliche thing, if you look to the sky in the evening, you see this 95%, or you see this 5% of what's out there, and the other 95% you don't see. And this is for us what we call the black matter. And we hope to be able to discover hints of the existence and how to look for it, also with the LHC.
Dark matter is shown here in purple in this simulation, sprawling across the blackness of space. The bright areas are galaxies, stars and planets, which make up just a tiny fraction of the universe. The researchers here hope to produce dark matter particles by accelerating the inside of atoms close to the speed of light around a 27-kilometre ring, and then crashing them together. Could this be one of the biggest discoveries ever in physics?
I'd say yes. I'd say it might be. Yes, indeed. It's the majority of the universe that is made of that matter, and we have, at the moment, no clue what it is. So yes, absolutely.
The LHC has smashed atoms together to investigate what lies in them. Now researchers are hoping the revamp will unleash further discoveries that could unlock the secrets of the universe.
When you're talking about the Large Hadron Collider and physics experiments at this level, the key word is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happen at the beginning of the Big Bang.
I have asked you here because I believe that I have discovered David Robert Jones' true intentions. I believe that Jones is trying to collapse our universes in order to create a gravitational singularity. As our worlds contract, the force becomes greater and greater. And as matter and energy are compressed to a point, the density is so great that it has no recourse but to rapidly expand outwards again. Creating a Big Bang. Mutual destruction. Our side and yours.
And he would do all this, why?
To create another universe. His universe. A world in which the laws of physics and nature are designed and controlled by him.
And how did you come to this conclusion?
Article.
So it's like a medieval castle. You had to have like a winding road to get there.
Deep underground, Dr. Marcello Bonner shows me into the heart of the Large Hadron Collider. So this is the first time I'll have seen the detector, and wow, it just looks incredible. 7,000 tonnes of intricate engineering, built to detect minute particles created by atoms crashing together.
This is one of the best positions because it really shows you all the
It's huge.
majesty of this detector, isn't it? Yeah.
Majesty is the word.
And, you know, the answer to why are we doing it is, if we want to understand the universe, our place in the universe, we need to get as fundamental understanding of it as we can. It's called the Standard Model. And what these guys are trying to do is break the Standard Model to see if it holds up to everything they can find out.
The researchers here are excited about what the newly upgraded Large Hadron Collider could achieve. It could help them make discoveries that would lead to the greatest shift in our understanding of the universe since Einstein.
Dark matter in that Standard Model that I was talking about, and dark energy, are the bits we know have to be there, but we have no idea what they are.
Reaching out to mankind through music.
That's right. Guys, a new report out in China could be bringing us closer to that becoming a...
Do you know how in college
cosmos, Carl Sagan talks about other dimensions, like beyond our world?
Yeah, sure. Theoretically.
Right, theoretically.
So, theoretically, how do we travel there?
You guys have been thinking about Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation, haven't you? Well, basically, there are parallel universes, just like our world, but just infinite variations of it. Which means there's a world out there where none of this tragic stuff ever happened.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
Oh.
We were thinking of more of an evil dimension, like the Veil of Shadows. You know the Veil of Shadows?
Echo of the material plane where necrotic and shadow magic.
Yeah, exactly. If that did exist, a place like the Veil of Shadows, how would we travel there?
Theoretically.
Well, picture an acrobat standing on a tightrope. Now, the tightrope is our dimension, and our dimension has rules. You can move forwards or backwards. But what if, right next to our acrobat, there is a flea? Now, the flea can also travel back and forth, just like the acrobat, right?
Right. Yeah.
Here's where things get really interesting. The flea can also travel this way, along the side of the rope. He can even go underneath the rope.
Upside down.
Exactly.
But we're not the flea, we're the acrobat.
In this metaphor, yes, we're the acrobat.
So, we can't go upside down?
No.
Well, is there any way for the acrobat to get to the upside down?
Well, you'd have to create a massive amount of energy, more than humans are currently capable of creating, mind you, to open up some kind of tear in time and space. And then you create a doorway.
Like a gate?
Sure, like a gate. But again, this is all
theoretical.
But what if this gate already existed?
Well, if it did, I think we'd know. It would disrupt gravity, the magnetic field, our environment. Heck, it might even swallow us up whole. Science is neat, but I'm afraid it's not very forgiving.
All right, let's get into this message. All right, what is Cern? Man, Cern, I don't even know how to even get into this message. There's so much to it. It's so much to it. I don't even know how to get in it, but I'm going to try. Now, what is Cern? Now, I'm going to break this down as easy as I can possibly make it so you'll understand it. There is a facility over in Switzerland. It's a 17-mile underground circle that they put 300 feet underground, and it's 17 miles wide. What they are doing is they are taking matter, or you learned this in school where you know what an atom is, you know matter, the building blocks, the smallest particle, matter, right? They're taking that and they're shooting it at the speed of light through this 17-mile circle, which is a magnetic field and they're shooting it as fast as they can get it because they're trying to go through another dimension. They've already said what they're trying to do. Now, the particles that they're shooting create something. And I'm going to get into this and show you how all of this is working. Now, this is the most dangerous thing that there is. This is the revelation. This is what the book of Revelations was talking about. They are going to have this thing is going to be in full power by September this year. They've already started up. It takes months to get it at full speed. They had it started 2 years ago, but it wasn't enough power, so they doubled the power. And they started it up this time. And what it does, they find in other things that it does. Now, they say they don't know what's going to happen. That's what they say. I don't believe that. But they say that something is going to bend time and space. Now, you've been watching this through movies. All this time, you've been watching this. I told y'all that they are putting this stuff in the movies because they're conditioning you for it. Because they're conditioning you for what's coming. You got to realize all the movies is about fighting against this alien thing or whatever's coming. They're getting you ready to fight against something. physics. So we're going to talk in terms of what we understand. Since most of y'all seen the movie, you would understand what I'm going to tell you. Now, you know in this movie, the guy called Loki, which was a god, came and he was looking for this power, this energy source. It was a blue energy source called the Tesseract. This Tesseract had the power, had enough power that if they would, work with it, they could open a portal. Remember, that was what the goal was, to open a portal. Because when they opened the portal, on the other side of the portal, there was like demons waiting to come through. Do y'all remember that movie? Every movie, sci-fi movie, has been saying the same thing all the way back since Star Trek. They're trying to open something. Everything that we have learned is about opening up a portal. And I'm going to make it personal, but first I got to give you the overall understanding. You got what I'm saying? Now, so over there in Switzerland, that 17-mile circle is a big portal that once it gets to full capacity, something's going to open. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this, what they're collecting. They had collected this antimatter, and it takes a long time to collect a little bit, like a gram of it. It takes a long time. But they took and hid that antimatter in a college years ago. And in this college, people started having weird dreams and getting possessed, and all kinds of bad stuff happened. This is where they stored it. Because the antimatter, they say, when it comes in connection with you, it will begin to pull the darkness or magnify the darkness in you. See, because you are made up, listen, you are made up of matter. You are also made up of antimatter. Let it sink in. You are made, remember Jesus said, if the light in you be darkness, how great the darkness. You are made up of matter and antimatter. Throughout the course of your life, if you never accept the light, then you will remain and grow in antimatter or darkness. So they're capturing evil, which when that evil gets close to you, it's like a magnet. It magnifies the evil in you. Let it sink in. Please let it sink in.